Hello, I am Maria Rodriguez de Almeida, and in this video I want to talk to you about something that affects so many of us, often without realizing it. It is called sympathetic dominance, when the mind won't let the body rest. And when we look at it through the combined lenses of mineral balancing and psychoanalysis, something very powerful starts to unfold. Have you ever felt exhausted, yet unable to stop pushing yourself? That might be more than stress. That could be sympathetic dominance. Sympathetic dominance is a state when your body gets stuck in fight or flight mode. What does actually mean? Because you have heard this so many times before, but you don't yet understand it. Under normal conditions, we shift between activity and rest, between doing and digesting. But in sympathetic dominance, the body gets stuck in doing. Even if we feel tired, we can't stop. And this has profound biochemical, emotional, and psychological consequences. In psychoanalysis, we call this an internal conflict. This is not just a stress, it's the unconscious belief that slowing down isn't safe. You might feel driven by guilt, fear, or old emotional survival patterns. It is as if the nervous system is on high alert, trying to protect you from something long gone. Hypervigilance, deeply rooted in past trauma. The need of control, the fear of letting go, the fear of trusting others, the fear of dealing with anxiety, and having to learn to wait. In hair tissue mineral analysis, we see sympathetic dominance biochemically. How does it look? Potassium level is often below 4, sodium might be high, especially in relationship to potassium, patterns like 3 highs, calcium cell. These are markers that the body is burned out, but the nervous system is still pushing and pushing. Dr. Paul Eck, the father of mineral balancing, called this pattern a mind without a body. Your thoughts race, your body struggles to keep up. Digestion slows, detox pathways stall, hormones become imbalanced, immune system is suppressed, but your mind keeps going on and on and on. And what Dr. Paul Eck said echoes a well-known structure in Freudian psychoanalysis, which is anxiety neurosis. In anxiety neurosis, the person is anxious all the time. There is a disconnection from reality. It is like if the person was waiting for the worst to happen. This is what Freud called expectant wait. What does it feel? What are the symptoms? You might have chronic anxiety, insomnia, you might get sick often or feel tired, but only when you manage to stop. You might have cold hands and feet, low libido, mood swings, very extreme mood swings. Freud also described palpitations and vertigo, or a rising mind that never rests. People with this pattern are often told to just relax. But the truth is that it's not very helpful because they can't, not without support. And this isn't laziness or lack of discipline, like so many people have been told. It is a biochemical and emotional survival adaptation, and it often comes from early life experiences. Copper imbalance plays a huge role here. I already did a video about this. Too much amount copper in the brain leads to emotional overstimulation, anxiety, racing thoughts, panic. At the same time, the adrenals, which help regulate copper, are exhausted. So, copper builds up even more. It is a vicious cycle. From a psychoanalytic perspective, this state can be a defense, a way to avoid feelings of grief, loss, or helplessness. The person might unconsciously associate the stillness with danger or even failure. So, they stay in motion even when they are burning out. HTMA can reveal this. For example, The calcium cell. This pattern shows emotional repression. The three highs. It shows drive and pressure. These aren't just mineral ratios, they are stories. Stories the body is telling of effort, avoidance, protection, and pain. So, how do we heal it? Healing sympathetic dominance means working on both sides, the emotional and the biochemical. We support the body with the right amounts of targeted minerals like zinc, calcium, magnesium, selenium. We gently support copper elimination. We calm the nervous system with structured rest and nourishing food. And, of course, at the same time, we need to explore the inner drivers. The guilt around rest, the fear of losing control, the internalized pressure to achieve, the difficulty to experience joy. This is where psychoanalysis becomes transformative. According to Freud, float and anxiety stem from unresolved unconscious conflicts and the repression of unacceptable desires. Thanks to psychoanalysis, we can identify those limiting beliefs and we can transform them. The body never lies. When we learn to listen, we begin to heal. We stop trying to fix it, not try to fix symptoms in isolation, and we start asking, what am I pushing myself to avoid? What is my exhaustion trying to show me? See, this is a very different approach from chasing symptoms. In reality, sympathetic dominance is not a flaw. It is a strategy, one that worked until it didn't. And now it's time to shift, to return to safety, to soften, to let the body finally rest, and to let the mind reconnect with it. If this resonates with you, you are not alone. Book a free consultation or visit my website to learn more about how I blend psychoanalysis and mineral balancing for deep, lasting healing. Let's rebuild your energy and your life from the inside out, like never before. Be the best version of yourself. Thank you very much for being here. Bye.